Hi everyone, it is Atia and welcome back to my channel, Booking It with Atia. Today we're going to talk about all the books I received during the month of August. Let's dive right into it, but before we do, make sure you are subscribed, so hit the subscribe button below as well as the notification bell so you are notified every time I release a new video. Let's get into this book mail haul. First up, we have a middle grade fantasy which was kindly sent to me by Balzer and Bray. This is called Adia Kelbara and the Circle of Shamans. Look at this cover. Look at it. I love it so much. So to sum this one up, it says, life is tough for 12-year-old orphan Adia. Her aunt and uncle believes she's an Obanje, a demon-possessed child that brings misfortune wherever they go, and Adia can't disagree, especially when she suddenly manifests mysterious powers that she can't control, causing an earthquake in her village. So when Adia is offered a kitchen apprenticeship at the faraway Academy of Shamans, she flees with nothing but a pouch of change, her cat Bubbles, and the hope that someone there can figure out what's wrong with her and fix her. But just as she's settling in, Adia stumbles upon a shocking secret. Unlike her, the Emperor really is possessed by a demon more wicked than any other, and he's on his way to the Academy for a visit. Joining forces with a snarky goddess, a 500-year-old warrior girl, and an annoying soldier in training, Adia must travel through hidden realms to exorcise the Emperor and save her kingdom. But to succeed, she first must come to understand the mysterious powers inside of her. The fate of the world hangs in the balance. Is this the start of a series? Yes, it's book one. Oh, okay. It's so pretty. I love looking at it, honestly. Once again, thank you to Balzer and Bray for sending this my way. Next up, we have 3 young adults. The first one being There's No Way I Die First by Lisa Springer. Thank you, Underlined Press and Delcourt Press for sending me this finished copy. This is a YA horror book, which I'm finding that I really enjoy. I don't know what that says about me. And basically, we have a young black girl who loves horror movies. She is a horror movie fanatic, and she is certain that there is no way in hell she would be the one to die first in the movie. She goes to a party, or she throws a party. Yeah, she throws a party, and some daring things start to happen, and she is determined to, 1, not die first, and 2, figure out who the hell crashed her party and put a stop to it. And once again, thank you to Get Underlined and Delcourt Press for the finished copy. Next up, we have Anna Dressed in Blood. Thank you to Teen for this finished copy. This book is actually being re-released. It was published a few years ago, so it's being re-released with this new, absolutely gorgeous cover. We follow Cass Lowood, who knows that he would inherit his family's vocation, killing the dead. And so after some untimely accident that leaves him fatherless, him and his mother have to go to... where are they going? Oh. They are traveling the country, and with his kitchen witch mother and their spirit-sniffing cat, they follow legends and local lore, and they are trying to get to Anna Dressed in Blood for some reason. Once again, thank you to Teen. Then we have I Feed Her the Beast, and the Beast is Me by Jameson Shea. Again, these covers are just doing what they need to do. This is another YA horror. This follows a black ballerina who essentially is tired of being overlooked. When she goes into the Paris catacombs, she finds this entity that promises to give her everything she wants and more. She agrees, and soon she finds that she is not able to control these urges that this beast is giving her, and she has to figure out more monstrous. Her or this entity that she essentially signed up to work with. Once again, or not once again, I don't even think I said it. Thank you, Henry Holt. Then we have a new adult fantasy book by C.M. Lockhart. This is We Are Dying Gods, which is book 2 in the, does it say? the Wrath of Gods series. Thank you so kindly to the author C.M. Lockhart for sending me this hardcover copy of this book. I read the first book, We Are the Origins, sometime last year and absolutely loved it. This is a world that is divided by who their patron god is, if you will. And so we have these, I guess we can call them avatars, that the gods pick every how many ever years, and something is happening with the gods. There is some new player in town and they have to figure out, you know, how to stop this new player and essentially save their gods. That's what happens in the first book. The first book ended so well, but I had so many questions, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that's dealt with in this book. Now let's move on to all of the adult books that I was kindly sent. So we have the Referral Program by Shamara Ray. From what I can remember of the synopsis of this one, because it was so unique that it stuck in my head, we have a group of friends who are just lucking out in the dating department. So they decide to refer each other on dates, like men in their lives who they think their friends would be good with. And I'm sure it's all shenanigans and good times and laughter and self-discovery and and exploration. Thank you so much to Atria Books for sending this to me. Next up, we have two books from Forever Publishing. The first one being an arc of The Princess of Thornwood Drive by Kalia Moreau. This one says, and this one's actually coming out in November. I totally have not been saying the release dates for the ones that aren't out yet. Every fantasy has a princess, a hero, and a villain. Lane Highland would give anything to be in another reality, any reality. Ever since the accident that killed her parents and left her younger sister paralyzed and nonverbal, Lane's been overwhelmed by grief and mind-numbing responsibility. But she clings to a single bright strand of hope that one day the sister she knew will come back to her. Alyssa lives in a world woven with light and Caribbean magic, a fairy tale-like existence where her parents have disappeared into the dark forest and she's been cursed as a changeling. As evil starts to spread through the kingdom, she's desperate to pierce the veil between her realm and her sister's. For a dark prince is intent on winning Lane's heart, and now the sisters must find a way back to each other or risk being separated forever. So this is giving like magical realism vibes, multiple realms, possibly, and yeah. Oh, look at her makeup. Oh my goodness, absolutely gorgeous. And the second book that I got from Forever Publishing is Stars in Your Eyes by Kaysen Callender. I believe this is a like Hollywood-esque romance. I've only ever read Kaysen Callender's YA contemporaries. I have their fantasy on my TBR, but I believe this is their first adult romance. What even is this about? The synopsis is not on the back. Oh, found it. Okay. That's not the synopsis. Here we go. Logan Gray is a stereotypical bad boy of Hollywood, a talented but troubled actor who the public loves to hate. Maddie Cole is an up-and-coming golden boy, adored by all but plagued by insecurities. When Maddie is cast as a love interest in Logan's newest film, the two are persuaded into a fake dating scheme to bring positive publicity to the project. Okay, so that's all I need to know. I love me some fake dating. Let's go. And this one comes out October 10th. Next up, we have The Light on Halsey Street by Vanessa Miller. Thank you so much to Thomas Nelson. That's the publisher? Yeah. Thank you so much to Thomas Nelson for sending me this finished copy, as well as these goodies in here as well. Actually, I think this might have come from the author. So we have a bookmark. We have another bookmark for a book that is coming out in January. That's also by this author. We have a cool little post-it, or an art print rather, paying some homage to Brooklyn, as well as this cute little box that if I fold it will look like a cassette tape. Isn't that cute? So The Light on Halsey Street says two girls' lives are irrevocably intertwined the summer of 1985 in the streets of Brooklyn, New York, and neither will ever be the same in this coming-of-age story that spans decades. In the summer of 1985, Lisa Whitaker is a church kid headed to college on a scholarship while her best friend Dana is floundering in the wake of her mother's latest eviction. Though Lisa tries to help, their paths diverge. 15 years later, Lisa has a beautiful family and is stepping into her dream job as a director for a social services organization. Everything is going right until her future is snatched away by identity theft. Her life begins to unravel, and Lisa wants nothing more than to see the woman responsible pay for her crimes. Oh my gosh, is it her best friend? When she was a teenager, Dana Jones always felt alone in this world. Her mother was addicted to drugs, her boyfriend was entering a life of crime, and it seemed Dana too was heading down the wrong path. The only bright light was her friendship with Lisa. Now, in the new millennium, Dana finally gives herself permission to dream, to believe she is stepping into better days. But when the betrayal of their friendship comes to light, it will take a lifetime to forgive the destruction that youthful summer and Bed-Stuy set in motion. This sounds juicy. This sounds like somebody was stabbing somebody in the back. So yeah, once again, thank you to Thomas Nelson for the finished copy. The next two books we have are from Tor.com Publishing. First up is The Archive Undying by Emma Mieko Candon. And this is a sci-fi world where this society or city, I think it's a city, yeah, this city's technological god goes mad and leaves them and like just wreaks havoc. And it killed its priest, its city, and all its wondrous works. But in its final death throes, the god brought one thing back to life, its favorite child, Sunai. For the 17 years since, Sunai has walked the land like a ghost, unable to die, unable to age, and unable to forget the horrors he's seen. He's run as far as he can from the wreckage of his faith, drowning himself in drinks, drugs, and men. But when Sunai wakes up in the bed of the one man he never should have slept with, he finds himself on a path straight back into the world of gods and machine. The Archive Undying is the first volume of Emma Mieko Candon's Downworld Sequence, a sci-fi series where AI deities and brutal police states clash, wielding giant robots steered by pilot priests with corrupted bodies. Okay, wow. When am I going to have all the time to read these? Next up from Tor.com Publishing, we have The Water Outlaws by S.L. Wong. This one is a fantasy book, and it says, in the Jianghu, you break the law to make it your own. Lin Chong is an expert arms instructor, training the Emperor's soldiers in sword and truncheon, battle axe and spear, lance and crossbow. Unlike bolder friends who flirt with challenging the unequal hierarchies and values of imperial society, she believes in keeping her head down and doing her job, until a powerful man with a vendetta rips that carefully built life away. Disgraced, tattooed as a criminal, and on the run from an imperial marshal who will stop at nothing to see her dead, Lin Chong is recruited by the bandits of Liangshan. Mountain outlaws on the margin of society, the Liangshan bandits proclaim a belief in justice for women, for the downtrodden, for progressive thinkers a corrupt empire would imprison or destroy. They're also murderers, thieves, smugglers, and cutthroats. Apart, they love like demons and fight like tigers. Together, they could bring down an empire. Once again, thank you to Tor.com Publishing for this book, as well as The Archive Undying. Next up from Tor is The Mystery at Dunvegan Castle by T.L. Huchu. This is the third book in the Edinburgh Nights series, which follows Ropa Morio, a ghost stalker who finds herself embroiled in a secret magical society. I'm really enjoying the progression of this series. Each book has a separate mystery, but there is one mystery overall that seems to be building up. I recently watched an author chat with T.L. Huchu, and he said there's definitely a fourth book with the possibility of a fifth book being the conclusion of the series. So that's really exciting. In this one, we follow Ropa as she goes to a magical convention, and when this ancient and supreme scroll is revealed, it goes missing shortly after. No one is able to leave the castle until the mystery is solved and the scrolls are found and returned to their rightful owner. And of course, Ropa Moyo, your resident ghost stalker, steps up to the task. Once again, thank you to Tor for the finished copy. All right. This is the last batch. These next 3 are all from Orbit Books, so huge shout out and thank you to them. First up, we have The Sun and the Void by Gabriela Romero La Cruz. This is book 1 in the Warring Gods. It says 2 women embark on an unforgettable quest in this sweeping fantasy debut inspired by the history and folklore of South America. Reina is desperate. Stuck on the edges of society, Reina's only hope lies in an invitation from a grandmother she's never met. But the journey to her is dangerous, and prayer can't always avert disaster. Attacked by creatures that stalk the mountains, Reina is on the verge of death until her grandmother, a dark sorceress, intervenes. Now dependent on the Doña's magic for her life, Reina will do anything to earn and keep her favor, even the bidding of an ancient god who whispers to her at night. Eva Casare is unwanted. Illegitimate and of mixed heritage, Eva is her family's shame. She tries to be the perfect daughter, but Eva is hiding a secret. Magic calls to her. Eva knows she should fight the temptation. Magic is a sign of the dark god, and using it is punishable by death. Yet it's hard to ignore power when it has always been denied. Eva is walking a dangerous path, and in the end, she'll become something she never imagined. I know I'll be getting to this soon because the book club I'm a part of, Be Too Weird, our October book pick is The Sun and the Void, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. Then we have The Midnight Kingdom by Tara Sim. This is book 2 in The Dark Gods. This is a world where the gods have essentially forsaken their people. We have 4 noble houses who have been bequeathed these powers by the gods, and their responsibility is keeping the entire realm safe, in check, and balanced. However, the realm is dying, and the 4 heirs of the noble houses reluctantly team up to try and stop the realm from dying. It's magical, it's dark, it's gritty, character development, chef's kiss. Really looking forward to getting into this one. And lastly, we have The Phoenix King by Aparna Verma. This was actually previously published as The Boy with Fire, so it's got a new title and a new cover as well. This says, from a stunning new voice in fantasy comes an Indian-inspired, action-packed debut of fire magic and ancient prophecy, in which the fate of a kingdom rests in the hands of a princess desperate for power and an assassin with a dark secret. The Ravani kingdom was born of a prophecy, carved from unforgetting desert sands and ruled by the Ravens bloodline, those with the power to command the eternal fire. Elena Adaya is the heir to the throne, and the only Ravens who cannot wield her family's legendary magic. As her coronation approaches, she will do whatever it takes to prove herself a worthy successor to her revered father. But she doesn't anticipate the arrival of Yasin Knight, the notorious assassin who now claims fealty to the throne. Elena's father might trust Yasin to be a member of her royal guard, but she is certain he is hiding something. As the threat of war looms like a storm on the horizon, the two begin a dangerous dance of intrigue and betrayal, and the choices they make could burn down the world. Okay. And once again, thank you to Orbit for this, The Midnight Kingdom and The Sun and the Void. That is it for the books I received during the month of August. Thank you once again to the publishers and the authors for sending me these advanced reader copies and finished copies. It's a gift. Thank you so much. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Press the notification bell so you're notified every time I release a new video. Like, comment, share, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Showing. I ain't living for the moment. I see what's mine and I want it. Hungry like a Pac-Man. I'm Bruce Wayne and Batman. I'm Naruto with a Hanzo. Got a sharp mind like I'm Einstein. Plus I'm copywriting, so it's all mine. Check it for me, I'm in the sky.